It was a really, the last couple of days have been really, the past couple of days, or just almost pretty much this past week, has been nothing short of tumultuous. Is probably the best word to use. For those of you that don't know, we were getting construction done on our apartment, and they didn't really tell us a whole lot, so we were kind of just left guessing for a lot of it. And this was following them raising our rent if we wanted to go month to month by $5,000, and just a whole bunch of crazy stuff. All in all, and all that being said, I in the heat of it, I wasn't able to capture a lot of it. I was only able to really capture kind of bits and pieces, and that's what this video is going to be. This video is going to be bits and pieces of what has been the last week of my life and Savannah's life. All that being said, the first day they were supposed to get here, I had a long run that day, so I got up at 4 a.m. and I went on my long run. It's it's 5 a.m. and I started my 14-mile run about 10 minutes ago. There's nobody out here. And once I got back, I was ready for them to show up, and I had about an hour to get everything ready for them to come do whatever they had to do, which they still hadn't explained to us. Today's the day that they're supposed to be doing all the construction in our apartment, and we're staying here, but we're gonna have to stay pretty much. It's just gonna be really loud, so eventually we're gonna be in here, and we wanted something to actually sit on. That wasn't our bed, so I just moved this in here because I have to move it anyway. It's kind of like a perfect storm today because on top of us having to do the construction that they were supposed to do 2 days ago, they're doing it today. It actually is Savannah's birthday, and we're celebrating it by watching them. We waited for about 3 hours, and they didn't show up at all. So we decided to go down to the office, and the main reason we did that was because we started hearing a lot of stuff going on upstairs, and we were assuming maybe they just skipped our floor and they didn't notify us. Well, if you had a calendar in front of you, you would see that it is actually tomorrow, and the windows are, nothing has changed. Basically, what happened is they did our upstairs neighbors before us, and we actually went down to the office yesterday because we were kind of upset about it, just because we literally, we planned on staying here all day yesterday for them to do whatever they're doing. And hearing that they're doing them upstairs without telling us, we wanted to get some answers. Long story short, the people up there wanted to be home when they did it, and they're leaving today, so they had to do them instead of us, and now they're doing us today, I guess. But the catch-22 is Savannah and I aren't going to be available until 2 today. And this is all happening on Thursday. They were supposed to originally be here on Thursday, and we got pushed to Friday. But the problem was Savannah was supposed to fly out on Friday, and I had to take her to the airport, so they only got half a day to do what they needed to do, which they were normally doing in a full 8-hour day. So they ended up getting they got everything done in 4 hours. They did cover everything in plastic, which was kind of interesting, but they ended up getting everything done, and it was they were super clean, super efficient, and this is the only thing that they'd taken up literally nothing else in our apartment. We're not losing any square footage, and that was the biggest point of contention for us, because we weren't sure if we were going to lose any square footage from the windows actually being covered, and nobody could really give us an answer to the question we were asking about. So all that being said, it was a really, the last couple of days have been really stressful, but I think all in all, I'm glad that it's finally, it's not over, but the portion of them coming into our house for now is over. I think the biggest thing throughout this whole experience, and the reason for all the decisions that we made, and why we decided to like ask questions and actually like do the uncomfortable thing, which is confront like people about like getting more information and everything else. The biggest reason for me, at least, was I was asking myself, like, would I, after this like uncomfortable interaction is over, would I feel like I was taken advantage of, or would I feel like I didn't fight enough for something that I truly did, like, was concerned about and everything else. And I guess the moral of the story is, if you're ever in a position where you feel like you don't know if you're just uncomfortable and you don't know if you should voice that concern, I would always probably say to do that. At the very least for your own mental health, because for me, I know this whole experience, even though it's been exhausting and kind of, like I said at the beginning of the video, tumultuous, I'm really glad that we did stand up and decide to ask those questions, because the end result is I didn't feel like I was taken advantage of, and I didn't feel like I let people like walk all over me, which I did for a long time, and I didn't understand why I was always so frustrated until I started thinking about that. Also, they said they were closing the balcony, but the balconies remain open. Yeah.